We've been in Elsbridge for a while now, not much has happened. Arthur and Molly started discussing the idea of continuing down the line, but Arthur was hesitant because of what happened to Percy, but Molly said she wanted to find more of their friends. After some more discussion, Arthur agreed to let Molly go down the line and to be careful. Molly agreed and set off. It's been a few hours. Molly hasn't come back yet. We decided to start looking for her and left the yard. We were pulling into the mainland when we heard a whistle. There was Molly with a smile on her face. She told us that she had found someone and the line up to Wellsworth was desolate. After we went back to the yard, we saw 2 express coaches and a family ship back into the yard. There was only one panel tank on Sodor, and we knew that Duck was alive. Molly then started consoling Duck and told him of our stories so far. Molly then mentioned what happened to Arthur and Duck froze. He then asked if he had seen anyone and we told him no. Duck told us that he had to leave to check something. We quickies tried to talk to Duck before he left and we were able to get to him. Duck told us that he had to see if there was anyone on his branch line. All of his closest friends were there. Donald, Oliver, Douglas. He said he knew his line best, so he should be the one to look. Arthur decided to volunteer to go with him. Molly told Arthur that she would stay and they could go together. We coupled up to Duck and left. We arrived at Cole not long after. We saw something that looked like an engine in the shed, so we decided to go look. We backed into the shed and we were horrified. There was Douglas, but half his face was covered in burns. Douglas saw us and was happy to see us. He told us that he never thought anyone would come to his aid. We tried to console Douglas, and Duck arrived. He was also horrified by the state of him, but he was happy he was alive. We talked about our adventures until it got dark. We directed to check Colin Castle before we left, just to be sure. Douglas was thankfully still operational, so he coupled up to Duck and they went over to Colin as we followed. We arrived there and didn't see anything. Out of nowhere, Douglas tried to rev us, saying we had to leave. Then we saw the thing that Douglas was scared of. We needed to get out of there. Made it over the viaduct, connected with Duck and Douglas. Then out of nowhere, the viaduct going must have been worn by the acid rain, and us crossing it was the last straw. The whole thing was totally destroyed. We saw that thing on the other side and we decided to get out of there. We made it Elsbridge to see that Molly had cleaned out the yard. We saw Duck and Douglas resting in one of the goods sheds. Molly was happy to see us and we went over to Molly. Molly told us that she was happy to see that we were all right, but there was one thing bothering her. Molly said she was cleaning out the yard. She heard a familiar whistle. It was murdered, she was dirty, burned, and she could hear a scar, but it was find other life. He didn't stop and flew right through the station and has been assumed to be going to the Vicarstown Bridge. Laurie also saw that he did the brake coach. This raises the question, what happened to the brake coach?